What's going on, YouTube? It's your host, Bruce GNT, and we're back with another video on TikTok. Whew, man, I just can't escape it. And like I said, we're gonna milk this for as long as we can, and yeah, until it gets banned. If it gets banned, I don't know. At this point, it's 50-50 for me. Like I said, I really don't care. If it goes away, it goes away. Is what it is. So I said yesterday that guy was special in that last video. He was special, it's true. But this girl right here, her, she is precious. So without further ado, we're not even gonna waste any time. We're gonna jump right in.
Fascist countries ban apps. Fascist countries ban websites. Fascist countries ban apps and websites under the guise of threats to national security, when every other country knows it's about suppressing the free speech of its citizens. If the government believes that a single app could, quote from the hearing on the 10th, skew the perspective of American citizens to be anti-American, maybe the real problem is that American citizens are already in such a state of political unrest and unhappiness that our government is scared a single foreign influence could tip the scale and have it all be over. Don't you think that by taking away the, and I quote, key communications channel of Americans, it's gonna make those 170 million Americans a little more anti-American?
So she said a lot, and honestly, like, this isn't a like dig on her or anything like that. This is just me talking shit like always. Look, here's my thing, right? First of all, no one's gonna do anything, right? No one's gonna be more anti-American because they took away TikTok. It's an app. You're gonna get over it in like a week or two. Honestly, you are. You wanna know why you're gonna get over it in a week or two? Because for the most part, the average American citizen is lazy. They don't care enough to actually revolutionize, especially for an app. For an app, for TikTok, you know, people are saying this is like the fastest way to gain information. I just now downloaded TikTok. This was not the fastest way I gained information. I would read books by going to the library, go on YouTube, go on Google, and I would just cross-reference my information. That's it. So if you want to say, I guess if you want to say like this is the fastest way to get information, sure, but not all information is like great, especially if you're getting it fast. You might get some stuff that's just wildly out there. Like, I've seen a lot of things up here that shit was wrong. Like, it's wrong. You know, it's messing with the attention span of people. Like, people really don't pay attention for long. Like, they're really struggling. Like, there's studies about that. So, I mean, it's not that big a deal. It's not that deep, honestly. Like, no one's suppressing free speech. Like, if they take away TikTok, you have like several other outlets to go to. Like, you're not all of a sudden silenced. Like, I hope not. Like, if you are, then seek help. I don't know what's going on there. There's something else deeper. To talk about the whole China thing, she's absolutely right about the whole, it's not an issue of national security. I think that's like kind of like on the back end, you know, because there's way other more damning apps. Temu, Shein, that's why I don't download them. Besides their business practices and how they indulge in overconsumption and how they get rid of all their product that they don't use and how they helping with landfills and all that type of bull crap. Yeah, that's why I really don't use them. But yeah, no, they have allegations against them. I believe, I want to say they do, because they have ties to other apps that have been in trouble for privacy issues and getting people's information. So I know that's not the case, you know. I know that's definitely not the case. But yeah, no, first of all, my background is that I was stationed in 2nd Intel in North Carolina. It's not OPSEC, I promise. And from the little bit I was learning and from how I talk to people and like the little bit of research I've done, one, China's antagonistic towards us. They don't like us. Xi Jinping, first of all, cemented himself as like a dictator for the most part. Like, he's not leaving. All the things that like young ladies like her don't like in America, China has. Trust me. Like, they're allegedly genociding a whole like nation of people, and I'll like have it on screen because I can't pronounce it for the life of me, and I'm not gonna butcher it. I'll have it on screen, I promise. Like, they're allegedly doing that. Like, they're extremely homophobic. Like, they don't allow any of that stuff. They're very prude. They don't even allow pictures of like women in bikinis over there. Like, the whole feminist movement is a thing, but not like how it is here. Women are extremely repressed. Abortions happen over there too, but for women. If you think that whole one-child policy is outdated, no. There's like a surplus of men over there. I want to say around 30 million, and I could be wrong. Could be wrong. And you wonder why I could be wrong? Because they have such a like media shutdown and lockdown over there that most news does not get out, because they control exactly what their people talk about. They screen all their emails, all the information that comes out of there. All of it. Because guess what? They're actually authoritarian. Because a lot of people like to say fascist because that's a hot button word that people want to use now. They're communists and everything like that. But, and authoritarian and everything like that. Yeah. But banning an app, it doesn't really do that. Because by that right, then Brazil is a fascist country, and it's not. Because they banned Twitter/X. And they're not. You want to use an app of a fascist country that's homophobic, that looks down on women, because they do, is allegedly genociding people, but there's a lot of evidence to show that most likely are. A whole lot of old dudes making a decision for the rest of the country and cementing themselves as like the main power, and they're silencing free speech because they legitimately are doing that. Like, look up, and there's two YouTubers that I watch from time to time. I forgot their names. I'm gonna have it on screen, I promise. Goddamn, I'm so unprepared. And they talk about the experiences, and then other things I've read as well, because like I said, I Google, YouTube, books, things that I just look at because I get interested. Yeah. So you're advocating for an app for people that, one, don't like you, two, don't like your politics, and three, probably would inseminate something into our media to try to turn you against your country. Just a little food for thought. But I mean, what do I know?
Maybe Congress knows and understands that. Maybe the government knows that the backlash it will receive from banning TikTok does not outweigh the threats that come with its existence. Not in a matter of national security, but in a matter of being the most popular news and media outlet that the government cannot control, like American-owned broadcasting networks and publications. Maybe if this was actually a national security concern.
I really didn't want to pause it here. So what she's saying is not wrong. Like, honestly, I don't disagree with it. So you rather have a foreign entity that doesn't like you. I cannot stress this enough. I talk to people that do stuff related to foreign stuff that deal with China, and I can with certainty say that they do not like us over here. They do not like us over here. They do not. Especially their government. Xi Jinping, is that how you pronounce his name? Their president does not like us. Let that be said. I'm saying it. So you rather know that someone and also to let it be known too, because I don't know if people don't know, the way it runs over there, even though he's the president, he's not directly related to the company. Their government has a complete control over a lot of their companies and like organizations and whatnot. So in other words, even though he's not like the CEO, he can control the company if he wants to. That's how that works over there for them. Legit. You guys should read up on it. It's interesting. So with that being said, you rather know that a foreign entity that does not like you has control over what you see and how you use an app, as opposed to your own government, which I can't stress this enough either. I'm not advocating for our government to control what we do. I'm not advocating for that. I'm very much not. They don't have a good track record. I understand that. But I'd rather go for the devil I do know, which is here, than the devil I don't. That's all I'm saying. If you want to argue that point, cool, we can argue that point. But all I'm saying is at least At least if America's gonna kill me, they're gonna fill me up with like butter, sugar, and a whole bunch of other nonsense, as opposed to dumbing me down. Because let's just say they're not like trying to like put thoughts in Americans' head and whatnot. Yeah, so what? If they wanted to like just feed us stupidity, which they are, because I'll get into that later, they could, and we just never would know.
The government would be banning all Chinese-developed apps, like Shein and Temu, that collect the exact same amount of data as TikTok. Because maybe it knows TikTok is something special. You can't politically organize on Temu. If TikTok goes dark, the government deliberately and knowingly took away your free speech. Do not accept national security for an answer, ever.
Baby girl, you seem too angry. She was gripping her arm like she's about to tear that motherfucker off. Are you getting a bag off of TikTok or something? Like, relax. Also, they're not taking away your... If I wanted to come on TikTok and say some stuff that I shouldn't be saying, I can't speak then. Did they take away my... You know what I'm saying? Like, are you a free speech absolutist? I know you're not, because if you... Trust me, it gets real dark if you are one of those. Like, I'm not. I'm one of those people where say what you want, consequences come after. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of person I am. But I say that to say, they're not taking away your ability to... You can just go on Instagram and say the same shit. I mean, if it's within the window of Instagram, I think you can stream for like, or live stream for like an hour. This is like 2 minutes. You good. You got it. You're good. I don't know. Maybe I just don't see it that deep. I mean, I got on without TikTok before. I'll get on without it. I mean, it's a fairly new app. It was for kids to dance. And then people started doing like weird shit on it. So now it's like, now people are getting, it's too deep. And she's basically saying, like, it says right up there, get angry. And she's trying to tell people not to take this laying down. Look, people are going to take this laying down sideways every which way till Sunday. They're going to get angry. It's going to be like the same thing when Trump got elected. They're going to like maybe shave their heads and yell, I guess, and then be very upset and talk about how it's unfair and talking about moving to Canada, which if you don't know the geopolitical environment of Canada and you say that, I'm just going to laugh at you, because I love when people say, I'm moving to Canada. Yeah, do that. Great. Stupid idiot. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's not that deep. No one's gonna riot in the streets, you know. If you want to see a riot in the streets for them banning the app, yeah, let them ban OnlyFans. Whoo! Let them dudes not be able to see some oiled up titties and ass and use the good lotion. Blood, and it'll be a war. It'll be a war. You messing up young ladies' money, and you're messing up the dude's ability to... Bro, that'll be war in the streets. This? TikTok? Nah, nobody's stressing it like that. But to end it all, the reason I never really felt comfortable with TikTok is because the concept of it just never really made sense. One, I'm not a social media person. I'm really not. Like, I'm not on it like that. This is the most I've actually been on social media by far. Anyone that really knows me will tell you. The other part that really always threw me off is that China created an app, right? Okay. They sent it out to the world. People are using it. They're enjoying it. Cool. On the back end, China pulled their people back, which is fair because they're authoritarian. That's what they do. They pulled their people back and say, whoa. You're not going to use it like that. And no one said anything. And I'm using generalization when I say no one, but for the most part, no one said anything. No one said, that's weird. No one went, wait a minute, what do you mean they can't use it that way? Explain. They just kind of sat and took it. That's like if I'm making food for people, right? And I'm giving it away and they're eating the food. And while they're eating the food, they're like, yo, have some. Like, you know, give some to your family. Like, you made all this for us. And I'm like, nah, we don't eat that. And then you look at me like, what do you mean? It's like, yeah, we don't eat that stuff. I mean, we eat like this, you know, like the veggies, the salmon, the couscous, you know, maybe a little bit of fruit, but all that extra shit, we don't eat that. If you don't spit that food out real fast, like, you know what I'm saying? Like to me, that's how I always looked at it. They limit, and obviously they limit all their people's stuff, but at the same, it just always felt so strange. They made sure that they funnel all this STEM and educational shit to their people, and like I said, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that what they're doing is good. The fact that they're limiting the like access to certain things, because the Chinese people, if you do a little bit of research, very close to revolt, allegedly. Um, but it's like I just always looked at that weirdly and just thought like, okay, is no one seeing the writing on the wall? Like, it's pretty obvious that this, like they're inducing brain rot and no one's looking at that. And that's not to say that everything on TikTok is bad, but people need to go outside and touch grass because this is too much. Homegirl looked like she's about to have like an aneurysm if they block TikTok or get rid of it. And also, not only that, they're not gonna block it. Like, what's gonna happen essentially, and I need to check my sources, but I'm gonna save it right here anyway. I don't really care. If you have it on your phone, it's gonna be there on your phone, right? But if you get a new phone, it's not gonna be downloadable. It's not gonna be in the App Store or anything like that. You can't download it on a new device. It's just gonna be gone like that. You can still, I think you can still upload. I'm not entirely too sure. 'Cause I remember I heard like 2 sources about it, and then after that, I was like, I don't really care. But yeah, that's really all I have to say. Yeah, this is a short video. Yes, I did it. But yeah, that's really all I have for this video. If you enjoyed this, leave a like, comment down below. Am I bugging? Is she bugging? Are we both bugging? Like, let me know exactly what you're thinking. Maybe I don't see the significance of TikTok. Maybe this is like some big grand thing is special and I just don't know about it. And maybe they really are suppressing us. And maybe this is the quiet before the storm and I'm not woke. Maybe I just got blinders in front of me. I don't know. But yeah, like I said, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe if you want more. Peace.